Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share a somatic exploration with you that includes some movement, some guided movement, but then also space to bring in your own intuitive movement, a little bit of freestyle, and just explore ways that your body could move outside of the confines of what I'm suggesting. So really allowing yourself to build up some internal and external awareness of yourself, of your body, of what feels good and what doesn't. And this really allows for autonomy over what you want to bring in and what you don't into your movement and into your space. So this is a simple practice. It's going to be standing, but you can sit down if you need to. And there might be things in this that maybe don't work for you. So that is where the autonomy comes in, of really making sure that you know that you can take it in a different route if you want to. I'll give us some options. You can choose the option that works for you. And really this is about sensing into how your energy levels today and how might you need to adapt through that. Have you got any niggles or injuries or health things going on that you might need to support or nurture? We're going to take it slow. It's not going to be anything wild or kind of out of the ordinary. Just a little bit of natural, everyday kind of movement. And this would be a great video or practice to do in the morning or before bed, or just have a little break in the middle of the day to connect with your body, to move and see what's present for you. So let's get started. You might have a yoga mat, you might just have a carpeted space or a wooden floor. If you're on a wooden floor, just make sure you're not wearing socks or anything too slippy. And we are going to start we'll start by shifting our weight from side to side. If you need to sit down, you can do this seated, and you can shift your weight from foot to foot or sit bone to sit bone. Keeping everything soft. So let's try and let our arms hang heavy, soft bend in the knees if you're standing. Maybe letting your head sway a little side to side. Your movements don't need to be huge here, unless you feel like that is needed. So if there is something in you, that instinct to kind of reach and stretch out, you can let that happen in this space. You don't need to follow exactly what I say, but just making sure that you feel safe enough to go there. So as we are arriving, let's start to feel our feet on the ground, maybe noticing what the texture's like. So I'm on a yoga mat and it's quite a warm day, so my feet are warm, there's a little bit of stickiness there, not as gross as it sounds. What's it like where you are? What's the temperature of the room like? What's the texture of the floor like? Maybe noticing what it's like to be you as you start to connect in this moment. Getting that overview of how are you right now? What have you just paused or stopped doing to take time for this? Because sometimes it can take a little bit of time to actually get here and actually be present, because our minds might be thinking about whatever it is that we've just been doing, or something else, or maybe thinking about the future. How are you as you arrive? Everything is welcome. As you are shifting from side to side, maybe you bring a little swing to the arms, but you don't have to. You could wiggle the fingers, you could roll the wrists. And there might be an instinctive need to breathe or to take a few more conscious breaths. Obviously we are breathing all the time, but if you habitually hold your breath or tense through the stomach or the chest, bringing this little bit of movement in might have naturally made you want to breathe a little deeper or sigh. But if not, that's okay. Maybe we could do that together a few times. So seeing how it feels to breathe slowly in through the nose and fill up the belly. And let it out through the mouth. Breathing in. Letting it out through the mouth. Maybe make some sound. A little vibration there. And you can keep doing that if that feels good. Or just letting your breath start to settle into a more natural rhythm. Sometimes it can feel quite nice to sync breath and movement, so especially when we're moving slow. And as we are arriving, as we are starting to connect a little bit more to the breath, to our body, noticing if you are holding any tension or noticing any tension in your body. So when you were taking those deep breaths, was there any tension through the solar plexus area or the stomach, maybe even in the throat? You might notice that you hold tension in your jaw or your shoulders. And we don't want to judge. We can just be curious. Can we be curious about where we carry tension? This might be habitual tension. This might be a little tension that has just showed up today and isn't usually there. That can happen. Sometimes it can be around the eyes, the forehead. So a little scan through your body. Take it slow. Breathe. We could take a roll of the shoulders here, or a few shoulder shrugs, especially if you hold tension in your neck and shoulders. We could breathe in to lift the shoulders up, and slow breath out as we release the shoulders down. Maybe soften the jaw here, the forehead, around the eyes. Breathe in, lift the shoulders up. Breathe out, drop the shoulders down. So you could keep doing that if that feels good around the neck, the jaw, the upper body. If you tend to hold tension through your lower body, what might we be able to do here? So we could have a little bounce, soft knees, soften the belly. We could tap. We might even actually need to walk around a little bit and focus on softening the stomach as we breathe. You might notice sounds as you're walking around, sounds of the mat, sounds of your feet shuffling on the floor. If it feels all right to bring a little more movement in, we could bounce a little side to side, we could swing our arms, see if we could get really loose. Maybe there's a little bit of tapping in those areas that feel tense, not hard, light tapping. Sometimes this works for people, sometimes it doesn't. So I do always encourage you to really check in. Does this feel okay for me? Sometimes the answer might be no, when really it does, but you know, we're really learning what's happening, what's going on for us in the moment. And being discerning, choosing where you want to go. Okay, let's bring it to a little bit of stillness. If you need to keep swaying, that's fine. When I say stillness, I just mean rooting down through the feet a little here. Maybe closing the eyes or softening the gaze. You might just look down towards the floor. Let's come back to the breath. I invite you to check in, scan through your body, maybe from the feet all the way up. What sensations are present? Has any tension softened a little bit? Or maybe it's got a little tighter. That can happen too. Let's not judge, but again, be curious. There might be some instinctive movement, a shoulder roll again, or a neck roll. If it feels comfortable, you could bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, and sense your breath. Maybe in and out through the nose, or in through the nose, out through the mouth. Keeping the eyes closed or blinking them open, let's root down through the feet and start to reach the fingers up towards the sky. Find a little length down the sides of your waist and rib cage, and then float your arms all the way back down. Bring the chin to the chest. Root through the feet, let's reach the arms up. You could keep the elbows soft here, the wrists soft. And then float the arms back down, chin towards chest. If you want to make it a little more active, you could spread your arms wide, spread the fingers and reach up, and then spread the fingers as you scoop the arms down. So perhaps exploring your movement as more active and more passive as we take a few more of these. Gaze could be going up as you reach the arms up, and chin and gaze down as you sweep the arms down. As you're reaching the arms up, you might take a very gentle lift of the heart space, creating a little back bend here. And then floating the arms down. And maybe start to round into the upper back. So almost like a standing cat-cow. But just it through the chest and the thoracic part of the spine. Reaching up, finding space and length through the front body. And then floating the arms down, finding a little length and space through the back body. We'll take a few more just like this. You might want to take it a little further by coming into a full forward fold, but I'll leave that up to you. If you are by a chair or a bed, you could always bring the hands down onto the bed or the chair just for a little bit of support, and then roll it back up, bringing a little more movement through the spine. How's your breath? If you haven't already, let's take it into a fold. So either bringing your hands to chair or bed, or taking it into a full forward fold, letting your upper body hang heavy. Fingertips might come to the floor or a block or a prop if you've got any. and have a sway from side to side. Now, if it feels all right, let your head hang heavy, let your arms hang heavy and dangle. You might nod or shake the head, shake the arms, shake the shoulders. Strong through the legs, press down through the heels, little squeeze of the bum as you roll up through the spine. Can you feel that strength in the bottom half of your body as you rise all the way up, reaching the fingers to the sky? And then we'll take our arms out wide and pause here. Maybe slightly turning the palms up, seeing how that feels across the chest. Start to turn your palms down, turn the thumbs back behind you, palms and thumbs back behind you. How does that feel across the shoulders and the chest? Turning the palms up, thumbs back, sensing across the shoulders and the chest, and then turning the palms down, seeing if you can move from the shoulder joint all the way down to the fingers. So it's not just the wrists and forearms that are turning, but the whole arm is getting involved. Make sure you're breathing. If this is too much to keep the arms up, arms can be down by the sides of your body, making them a little bit more relaxed. As we scoop the hands round, thumbs back, and then thumbs turn out. Just a couple more of these. Take it slow, check in with the breath. And let's bring our arms all the way back to center. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. Feel free to shake out the legs. Roll the ankles, roll the wrists, wiggle the toes. And then coming back into that little bit of stillness or that quieter space where we soften the toes, root down through the feet. Maybe you come back to a gentle sway from side to side. You could always bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart again. And once again, checking in. How are you? After that exploration, noticing if anything has shifted or changed for you. It may be in the subtlest of ways, or maybe you've noticed quite a big change or difference. Maybe nothing has changed right now, and that is okay too. Really depends on the headspace that we're in and what we've got going on. But you might take a moment to thank yourself for even taking time to pause and explore this. It's good to take a break from work, caring, whatever you've got going on. So as we come to the end of this exploration, asking yourself, what do I need now? What do I need now? You might feel like you want to do more movement. We didn't really go through the whole body here, and that's okay, but maybe there's some other movement that needs to happen here. Maybe you need a sit down or a lie down. Maybe you need some water or some fresh air if it's warm where you are. But whether it's a word that comes up or a phrase or an image or a sensation, I invite you to explore that and honour that. I really hope that you have enjoyed this exploration. Let me know in the comments how you found it. let me know what you need now, and if you allowed yourself to explore that or express that. And I hope to see you again soon for the next exploration. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.